Gong, 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 gong. I don't care. They hear me. I do not care. It's Friday.
Hey.
And I'm going to do me today, okay?
I want to do. Guess what else?
What else?
Since it's Friday, guess who's here?
Hey! We love
Oh
her
my God.
so
My
much.
mother's going to be like, Ixiim.
Yay! Hi, Maria.
All right, Sonnies, that's right. It's a Freak Show Friday today.
It sure
and
is.
we are rolling into the weekend. Can we do a rolling with my homies?
Rolling with my homies.
Loving
There
that.
you go, Brittany Murphy.
Today's show is full of glitter cannon of inspiration, laughs, local chaos, and main character romance energy because Valentine's weekend is here, baby.
At least we're not gathering today.
That's right. We might be gathering.
No, we're not.
I think I did. I put it in there twice somewhere.
You know what's gathering is Davey's tea over here.
Is that not the loudest? Like taking off for flight?
Listen, I'm in a seasoned age in which now I'm
Seasoned.
drinking tea. By Spice and Tea Exchange, of course, the best tea that you can find in the world.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, before we get into all these great news things and all the TLDR, let's unpack this with the queen of the Sunny snack scene. Mel, what are we snacking on today?
I haven't had a snack yet, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to have when I leave here this afternoon.
Oh, do you? Okay, so
I'm trying to figure it out.
Why are you not snacking?
Well,
it's
yeah.
Friday the 13th. You're worried.
No, Friday the 13th, guys. This is my lucky day because 13 is my lucky number.
So why are you not eating?
Mel, do you like dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
I prefer dark chocolate, but yesterday when I got home before I went out to the gym, I had a chopped Caesar salad, so good, and I had some chickens.
You like what? Dark chocolate?
I like dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Give me the dark. Dark and dirty.
Who
right.
else are we talking about today?
Listen, today we are talking with Leandra Sweet from Sweet Whimsy Designs.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Yes.
It's a good
And
one.
we're talking all women empowerment, confidence, creativity, and her soul-led sessions that are helping women stop playing small and start showing up and showing out.
That's
Yeah.
right. And I'm going to be bringing a little light for your heart today. See my hearts? Look at this. Because today is actually Galentine's Day. And Galentine's Day, it's also the International Day of Self-Love. So Leandra being on today is just perfect. And today, this weekend, are all the Mardi Gras and Carnival celebrations. Carnival begins today in Brazil. So we're going to be talking about connection, celebration, reflection, and how love was never meant to fit into just one definition.
I love that. And I got a Sunshine Shenanigans story that should have came with a safety manual. Let's just say hygiene was also not present on this story. I mean, I do have a little bit of boy energy on this one, so I do have to give that to you. Yeah.
Plus, we've got local headlines that are giving, what did I just read?
Yeah.
One story is literally a cautionary tale about business ambition going completely off the rail. I can't wait for this.
Shady. Not afraid to say it.
We're also going to be holding space for the people who hold space for us. We'll talk about how communities support their protectors and why well-being matters just as much as bravery.
Love that. And then we've got a national story that will restore your faith in humanity. So I'll lift you up like Josh Groban, baby.
And then you're going to drop us down?
Hey, it happened right here in Florida. You'll feel good about it.
And I'm serving main character romance playlist of love ballads from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. No heartbreak, no irony, just slow dance in your kitchen energy. You remember like going to 6th grade dance?
Yeah, these playlists have been so good this week, by the way. Like, I love all this. So whether you're celebrating love with someone special, with friends, or with your own beautiful life, today's show is your reminder that you're allowed to feel it all and still have fun doing it.
That's because it's fierce.
It's fresh.
It's
It's
Sunny TV.
TV.
So let's take a quick word from our sponsors, the Bailey Group and Steve Chapman's All-American Air. Be ready for anything with the Bailey Group, an NFP company. Life is full of unexpected moments. Whether it's securing your family's future, protecting your business, or planning for individual wealth, the Bailey Group is here to guide you every single step of the way. Since 1954, the Bailey Group has been a trusted cornerstone of the St. Augustine community. Under the leadership of President Mark Bailey, they've grown from a local agency into a nationally recognized firm, offering tailored solutions for individuals, families, and businesses, with a focus on individual health and life insurance, Medicare solutions, group insurance, and property and casualty commercial coverage. The Bailey Group combines cutting-edge technology, strategic partnerships, and personalized service to deliver the peace of mind you deserve. Give them a call today, 904-461-1800.
Hi, I'm Steve Chapman, owner of All American Air Conditioning and Heating. For over 40 years, we've been serving St. Augustine and the surrounding areas. We're the largest HVAC dealer in St. Johns County, providing high-quality service and products. With courteous technicians responding to your HVAC needs, our expertise will give you confidence in your investment. Family-owned All American Air Conditioning, voted best of St. Augustine for more than 20 years running.
God bless Steve Chapman's All American Air. I got to tell you, I had a situation, and they literally, I was out of coolant in my unit yesterday.
Well, you should have just had me come stand next to it with my heart, because that shit would freeze.
Oh my! Of course, always has to take it to the next
Speaking
level.
of freezing, it's time for. I know everybody is on standby for my sometimes accurate weather report.
It is accurate. Give yourself
All
some
right.
credit. Leandra's on the show. We're going to be real positive, Leandra.
Here we go.
Okay.
So today, February 13th, by the way, the number 13 is my lucky number, so therefore today is my lucky day.
You and Taylor Swift.
I don't know. I had it first because I'm older. So today is going to be 68. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be great. Wind gusts are going to be 24 miles per hour, but they're not going to be like too crazy. Tonight it's only going to drop down to about 51. But this on Sunday, there's
Okay.
going to be some thunderstorms and carrying into money, but we need the rains.
Let the
So-
rain fall down and wet my dreams. Let it
no.
wash
No,
away.
I'm done with rain.
No Hillary Duff. No,
No,
Hillary
so
Duff.
here we
Okay.
go. But also, you know what we got to do? We have Details by Dean.
DetailsByDean.com.
All right, today, the four chaplains became legends in 1943 when the troop ship Ustat Dorchester was torpedoed during World War II.
Good job.
Four
with the
Army
words.
chaplains gave up their life jackets to save others and were last seen praying together as the ship sank.
That's really nice of them.
Yeah, it remains one of the most profound stories of courage and unity in the military. It was so nice of you to let everybody not die. And
Yeah.
you died. Great job, guys.
Sacrificing for the better good of the
And
others.
in 1945, women broke the newsroom ceiling. The first
Yes.
female reporters were allowed inside the press box at the White House. Until then, women covering politics were literally kept outside the ropes.
Yeah.
Peanuts made its book debut in 1950.
Yay.
That's why I wore my Snoopy shirt.
Yes,
Hearts.
Charles Schultz released the very first Peanuts comic compilation.
Oh.
So, last thing, in 1970, a music revolution hit the airwaves. The Jackson 5 scored their first #1 single with I Want You Back.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, okay, so let's do one more. Las Vegas leveled up its sparkle in 1946. The
Oh.
Flamingo Hotel was officially opened.
Nice.
Helping transform Vegas from a dusty step over to the glittering entertainment capital of the world today, full of Elvis impersonators and Pamela Anderson's maybe the last showgirl.
Oh, that's right. Did you guys
The
see
more
that?
you know.
It was interesting. I actually.
It was eventless.
No, yeah. It was.
It was not even ish.
But there was it had so much potential.
Potential-ish.
But honestly, nothing is better than Showgirls.
Showgirls.
Oh my
the
God.
camp on that.
God.
Guys, I still, whenever I watch it, I still think of Jesse Spano. I'm so excited. The caffeine pills.
I'm so scared. Well, you're not going to be scared of this local music report, that's for sure. Strum it, drum it, hum it down, Sonnies. It's time for the local music report to make you proud on this Friday, Freaky Friday, February 13th. We got Scott Halls at the Milltop Tavern at noon.
Wait.
Alexis Paramus at La Cocina at Cellar Upstairs at 1. Heather Craig, Tradewinds Lounge at 1. Brett Blackshear at Backyard Island Cafe at Meehan's at 1. Chase Reitman at Pierre's Pub. Go check him out. He's amazing. 2 o'clock p.m. TJ Brown is also going to be with him, so that might be a duo. That's awesome. John Q, there he comes at the Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Right after Scott Halls, we've got Thick and Thin String Band.
That sounds like my life.
Big shout out to Marina Munch today, 5 o'clock p.m. Mark Hart at Trade Winds Lounge at 5. Jeremy Price at the Boathouse, St. Augustine, 5 o'clock p.m. Jazzy Blue Band at Funkadelic at 6. Walt Kolwicki at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 6. Jesse Cruz, Mellow Mushroom, St. John's. Claremont Duos playing at PK tonight at 6 o'clock. Matt Still.
Oh. Oh. He's probably gathering.
You gotta let me have my pincer pause. Matt
Sorry.
Still. Take Melanie Harden, take 2. Matt Still. Playing at the Reef tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Robert Gray Band and Ruthie Foster at Fort Mose. It's a blues night tonight, 7 o'clock. Go to that. So much fun. Ooh, guess who else is playing? Bad Dog Mama. We love them. Casa Divino, 7 o'clock. Mystery guest at Dirty Nelly's. That's that new Irish pub in Volano at 7 o'clock. Baby Gray. Oh, they're back. That's cool. At Meehan's at 7. Goldfinger. Interesting. Ponte Vedra Concert Hall at 7 o'clock. Hudson Vance, River and Fort, Adam Ezra Group at Cafe 11 at 8. And we're finishing out one of my favorite names of bands, Fat Cactus, at Prohibition Kitchen at 10 o'clock. Somebody said that's a little prickly band, right?
That's cute.
All right, Sonnies, it's Friday, and we are gearing up for Inspo with Ixiim.
Hey.
Thank you. So today is Friday the 13th, but it's also 3 different amazing days. So today we're going to be talking about Galentine's Day / Palentine's Day, because we don't want to forget our male buddies, our male friends. We also are celebrating International Self-Love Day, which I think is such a fantastic topic. We talk about this often on the show. And today it's also the beginning of Carnaval in Brazil.
Carnaval.
And
Boom,
it is
boom.
the weekend that you're going to see a lot of Mardi Gras festivities in New Orleans, because Mardi Gras is on Tuesday of next week, right? So next week is Lent.
Is that what they call the Fat Tuesday?
That is why they call it Fat Tuesday, because you know what Mardi Gras translates to in French, right?
No.
Party time?
So Mardi is Tuesday,
Okay.
and Gras is fat.
Oh.
So if you know Spanish, come
Okay,
on, Uruguay,
yeah,
Gras,
gordita,
Tuesday,
yeah.
So martes, grasa, Mardi Gras.
Oh
so
my
Fat
gosh.
Tuesday is literally the translation of
This is
Wow.
why,
Does
this
that
is why
mean-
she's here, yeah.
Wait, so
Mind blown.
with Fat Tuesday, does that mean on Tuesday I can eat more snacks?
yes.
Okay.
So we're going to jump ahead to that real
Okay,
fast.
okay.
The reason we have Fat Tuesday is because in the Catholic or Christian traditions, next Wednesday begins, Ash Wednesday begins the 40-day
on
period
your
of
head.
Lent. So during Lent, back in the days, and we still do some of this to this day, you abstain from all of the sinful pleasures, right? So you're not supposed to eat meat, you don't drink alcohol, there are no celebrations or festivities, so you can't get married in a church during the Lenten period. It's considered a time of solemn reflection. So the day before, people would celebrate big time because they're doing all the things that they won't be able to do for 40 days.
Oh.
So that is where you got this big over-the-top bacchanalian feast, because people were just going to go all
Gorging.
out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the word carnaval or carnival actually comes from the Latin term for carne, levare, which is
Animals?
leaving of the meat, because over the next 40 days, you were not supposed to eat meat. So carnaval is kind of the shortened word of
Good
that.
gracious.
Oh, look at all these
That-
things I'm
Listen,
teaching you
The
all
more
today.
you know.
With Ixiim.
Right. And we are probably the largest country that celebrates Mardi Gras. It is very much a U.S. tradition, American tradition, but it came from France, right? So Carnival traditions and pre-Lenten traditions have happened all over Catholic and Christian countries over the centuries. And then think about, so if those of you who are in Louisiana know that Louisiana, remember your U.S. history, used to be a
Lord.
French territory.
Correct.
I did know that.
Yeah.
So the French came
Beignets.
here and they brought their traditions of doing all the pre-Lenten festivities, having all the fun. So typically Carnival starts actually January 6th from the Epiphany, and then those weeks leading up to Lent, people would have all these celebrations. Well, when the French came, they brought some of those celebrations here. And actually, this is a fun little fact. Do you know where the first Mardi Gras parade was held in the U.S.?
St. Augustine, Florida.
Close, no. People often think New Orleans because New Orleans is
Yeah.
synonymous with Mardi Gras. But it
It's
was
somewhere
actually
Alabama or something.
very good.
Shut up.
Melanie.
Is it really
Look
Alabama?
at Melanie today.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to use your
No,
government
it's
name.
got to be something completely.
Woo!
Mobile, Alabama
Shut
in
up.
1711. And it's funny because people often think of New Orleans, but New Orleans actually did not have their first Mardi Gras parade till 1857. 140 years later.
Really?
So Mobile actually has the title of having the longest running Mardi Gras celebrations in the country. And, I wanted to share a little bit about Black History Month as it relates to Mardi Gras, because I think this is such a really cool thing, too. So Mardi Gras, and one of the other really cool things that people think about with Mardi Gras are the masks and the beads. Like, I brought some of the masks, right? So the masks are a tradition for Mardi Gras because it was the one time when people, got rid of titles, got rid of who they were, and they could be anybody, but they also could be no one, if that makes sense. You had to wear a mask, so you were completely anonymous, and you could go and celebrate.
We can't tell who David is.
Who's that?
Who are you?
Who is this?
Oh my
But
God.
on the parade route, if you were on a parade float, it is actually a law in New Orleans that you must wear a mask.
No way.
Shut up.
You could
Really?
be fined $500 if you were on a Mardi Gras float and you are not wearing a mask.
Does makeup count as mask?
Does not count.
So it has to be like a mask.
It has to be a mask because the tradition and the history of Mardi Gras is that this was a time for people to get rid of titles and to just celebrate together. And, interestingly enough, initially when Mardi Gras was first in Louisiana or in Alabama, the Black community was not allowed to participate other than being servant roles. They could light the torches. They could do some of the cleaning things. So the Black communities in the area created their own Mardi Gras traditions, and they had their own smaller things. They had their own. They maybe didn't have the big floats, but they had walking groups. And now a lot of the things that they did then with the beads, that is a very, that came from Africa, the beads and the masks, that was part of their traditions for Black cultural celebrations. They would tie in their old celebrations from their motherland into the celebrations that they could do. So since the rest of the city was celebrating Mardi Gras, they would bring in their own culture and bring it into their way of celebrating because they got to celebrate during those days because the rest of the city was celebrating. So it was how we have things like these really intricate masks and this beadwork and the music. That was part of the culture that they brought from Africa. And they were allowed to celebrate these things because everyone else was celebrating. But they did their own things. And one of the other cool things that they did is there's a group called the Black Masking Indians. And though it may sound, people go, what is the name? It actually it's a beautiful spiritual tradition that they brought forth because back in the days when people were living under Jim Crow laws, Blacks were not allowed to participate in a lot of things. They had this community with the Native American communities in the area. They had this connection with them because the Native American communities actually allowed, they treated them as brethren. They accepted them, they connected with them, and they also the Black community saw that the Native Americans in the area were kind of protesting and rebelling against people imposing on their tribal lands. And so it kind of gave them this hope and inspiration. And so when they started doing these Black masking costumes, it was because during Mardi Gras, you are supposed to be in costume, in a mask, and you can take on the character of someone you want to be like. And so they were using it as a way to honor these individuals who were standing up for themselves, who were kind of not letting imperialism kind of take them over. And so they saw this as a source of strength. And so that tradition carries forth to this day. The Black Masking Indians are still a group that participates in Mardi Gras every year. And it is they have these very intricate, if you can search for pictures online, super intricate costumes. And they work the entire year building these things. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So now Mardi Gras, it's this amazing tradition.
So Nicole's asking, what do the beaded necklaces really mean? She's always wondered that. What's the significance besides showing your boobies?
That's what I was thinking. That's where I was going.
Well, with a lot of holidays like St. Patty's Day also, people latch on to kind of the
pop culture-y?
They're kind of the big thing. So there are things called throws. So every parade, every float, and every group has a throw that they throw out to the crowds. And some throw beads, and some there's this group that decorates shoes, women's high heels, and passes those out.
That could be like a projectile.
There's a group that actually throws out coconuts. They used to throw them. They have to pass them now because
obviously donk on the head.
They were injuring people.
But
each group has a throw that they throw out as a gift as part of this, and so that was part of the tradition. The bead and the show me your, that became, as I hate to use the word, but as the tradition became bastardized,
Yeah.
people latch on to kind of like the funny, cheeky part of it. And the beads were not intended to like flash you. It was a gift from each of the different crews, they're called, each of the different parade floats.
So would the color of the beads have anything to do with that
yeah,
too?
so the colors all mean something. So the Mardi Gras colors, purple is for faith. So you think about like the church, since keep in mind Mardi Gras started from this pre-Lenten tradition. So purple is faith, green is purple is justice, green is faith, and gold is wealth and power.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Yeah, so those are the three
That's
colors.
the trinity that comes together to make.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Correct.
What a cool.
What's the baby cake thing?
The baby
King cakes,
So
yeah.
king
The baby
cake.
in it. Somebody gave me one time, and I bit into it, and I actually like ate the almost choked on the baby.
Yeah,
You're-
king cake.
But apparently, it's good luck to almost choke on the baby.
Well, it is because you get the piece with the baby in it. So in Latin countries, it's
Okay.
called a rosca.
Okay.
And the king cake is because, keep in mind, this is all tied to the baby Jesus because Epiphany is January 6th, the day that the three wise men appeared to see the baby Jesus and all this stuff. So these weeks leading up to Lent are the celebration of the birth of Jesus and his arrival and
So I
presentation of
almost
the
choked
temple.
on the baby Jesus.
So people have
Oh
these
my God.
cakes,
You could just
and
bless
it's
yourself.
actually considered good luck. And in a lot
Okay.
of communities, if you get that piece of cake, then you're actually supposed to host the next celebration in line of So
You dropped that ball.
well, it was, it was like a work thing, and I almost choked on the baby Jesus. So you guys, that means I am super lucky.
you're
Yeah.
super lucky.
Wow.
So,
Super lucky
yeah,
I didn't
today-
die.
I know the Heimlich maneuver.
Get out of here.
Wow. So one other thing though, so Carnival is the time period leading up to Mardi Gras, and in Brazil, Carnaval is slightly different than Mardi Gras in that it is not like it's a different type of parade, right? So Carnaval, if you've seen that, it's a samba schools, it's this whole thing, but it is also a pre-Lenten celebration. It's a Catholic country, Brazil is, and so people started this parade to showcase each neighborhood. So these samba schools are schools that teach samba in each neighborhood. They're community centers, they're groups, and each of these schools would gather and showcase their talent, and it was a way to forge community, to showcase their talent, to just have like revelry as a culture and as a community together. And so you'll see, I mean, we've all seen imagery. It's like a bucket list goal of mine is to go to Brazil during Carnaval and see these samba schools perform.
Oh.
And as they make their way down the street and all the colors and the pageantry and the music, like, that is a life goal for me, is to see that in person.
There's a singer that has an album that's just completely focuses on this, which is Anita. I'm sure you know her. Yeah. It's an incredible album, which that's kind of where I fell into this like history lesson of all. It's incredible
It's
how
beautiful.
how these cultures have this celebration in their own kind of niche. I love that.
Yeah, and you know who got there yesterday in Rio? Did you see on
No.
his Instagram? Your
What
boyfriend,
happened?
Ricky.
I
Oh my
missed
God.
both.
Arrived in
He
Rio
does-
yesterday.
Ricky doesn't tell me every time when
Oh my
he's
God.
traveling, guys. So
You
thanks,
guys,
Ricky.
I saw a meme that said, if you watch the Super Bowl halftime show when Ricky Martin came on the screen, if you yelled, Ricky Martin!
Oh yeah, it's time
It's
for your
time for
colonoscopy.
retinol.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
did not yell. I
I
cried.
did.
I weeped because
I was weeping on that
You
performance.
know,
I
the
yelled,
only
"Ricky
fan letter I've
Martin!"
ever written in my life
Yeah.
was to Ricky Martin when he was in Menudo. That's the only I talked about the show
Menudo.
before.
Oh.
So seeing him up there, I full on bucket. It was
And his part, which was talking about Hawaii
Yes,
and the colonization.
Ricky.
There was so many nuances of that performance. I know. We already talked about it. I know.
We need to wrap up because we have Leandra and she's amazing.
Oh, I can't
to
wait
hear
for
it.
that, yes.
So other things though, today is Galentine's, and so one of the things, Sonny, is we're going to do a quick pivot here. We're talking about love. All month we're going to be talking about love because this is really, it's our message all the time
Yeah.
is about love. But today is such a special day because it's Galentine's. Tomorrow's Valentine's. Use that day with your sweetie. But today is the day to tell the people in your life, your friends, how important they are to you. And why I think this is so special is, yes, it's kind of a fun little silly thing that people do in pop culture, but any day you can tell your friends, the true friends who have lifted you up, who've been there for you, who have held you when you needed to be held, who are your biggest cheerleaders, any day that you can tell them how much you appreciate them, that is a special day. Because friends
And
are
I'm
really
sitting
our
in
chosen
between the most two
family.
extraordinary.
Yes,
I'm getting
yes.
verklempt because you
Guys, I
guys
have to tell you, like-
literally you've held me up for an entire year on this project, and both of you.
Oh my God,
and
it's
you
like,
know
this
the
is
battles
amazing.
and the things that I've had to go through, and literally this is such a special. So I brought something for both of you today, just to say it is Galentine's, and I wanted to be intentional.
it?
So that's why I asked what your favorite chocolate was. Is I got you a Tony's
Hey!
Chocolonely. A Tony's
so
Chocolonely
good.
bar.
This is my snack.
Yes. Yes.
This is so good.
I'm gonna
Thank
eat this whole
you.
thing.
Yes.
And look how sweet you are. So this is like, and today what I'm going to ask each Sunny to do is tell at least one friend something specific about why they matter to you, because that's even more than just like, oh friend, I like you, I care about you. Like, tell them why. So like, Davey, you lifted me up during a time like I almost died. You all know the story. And Davey was there almost every single day, just sending me these little words of positivity when I was feeling at my lowest, because it was rough. And Davey didn't even realize how much his simple little words of encouragement meant. So like, I think about what got me through. Of course, hubby Phil was right there with me, my doggies. And then there was Davey just sending me these beautiful messages.
So awesome.
So I thank you for seeing people and seeing your friends when they need you, when you don't even realize it. You are lifting so many of us up. And Mel, thank you for being the person who is always there for us. Like, you are
Real
our
raw,
rock
yeah,
steady.
radical.
You are rock
love you.
steady. There's like, Mel does not ever say no, and I don't mean that in a bad way. She's just like,
She doesn't.
she just, when you say, I want to do this or I want to try this, she's like, let's do it. How are we going to get
thank
this
you.
done? And so she is just like our rock. So find something about your friends that you want to thank them for. And then on a final note, it is International Self-Love Day. And we've talked about this a lot, why self-love is so important, because you can't love others. You can't be in a relationship with your friends, your spouse, your partner, if you don't love yourself first. And it is not selfish. I know the last semester we talked about self-love is not selfish.
It's not.
Self-love is so important. And something simple that you can do for yourself, like what we just talked about doing with your friends, today, tomorrow, sometime this weekend. If you can do this as a practice more than once, this is great. But at the very least, let's start here. Write down 3 things about yourself that you are proud of.
Yeah.
And remind yourself of those. Take a moment, take 5 breaths, pause, and realize that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of joy. You are worthy of greatness. That simple practice, I guarantee you, Sonnies, will begin to lift you up. So today, as we wrap, it is a day about love. It's a month about love. It's about love for your friends, love for your partners or spouses tomorrow, love for yourself, and love for celebration and joy and community, because really, that is what it's all about.
Yes.
Oh my
That
God,
is.
shame.
We got some great expectations with that one. This is amazing. That was the best. Thank you, Ixiim, for your time. That was awesome. Absolutely. And we're going to talk to Leandra coming up. Let's go to a great expectation.
People are looking for a company. I want people to have great expectations. We are a small family-owned brokerage. What that means is you get really personalized service, and everything is very hands-on. You're not just getting tossed onto the MLS and crossing our fingers. We're very aggressive with our marketing. We're excellent with communication. We have a lot of amazing relationships in the community, so you're getting the advantages of all of those things.
Oh, so good to hear from Jenna from Great Expectations. I say that every day, but she is a blessing for this community. If you
we're
guys
just
are
gonna fly
looking,
through segments. We'll
selling
skip everything else.
any
That's fine.
kind of property,
That's milk,
she
and
is your
then-
go-to. We
there's-
love
if
Jenna,
you don't-
right?
There's
Yes,
only
she's
have
the
milk,
best.
and then
She
there's
is
caramel
the
seed.
best.
salt.
Yeah, and talking about
See,
the
there's my
best
cousin saying
today,
Mel gets to make the
Sonnies.
mothers
We've
for
been gearing
finding
up
baby
for this
Jesus.
interview
I
for
saw that.
quite a
That was
while.
funny.
We're very
I said,
excited.
I
We're
love
welcoming
them.
a creator whose work is proof that encouragement
on?
can be both beautiful and powerful. Through her platform, Sweet Whimsy
Yeah, it's just
Designs,
my
she's
computer
built
glitched. I'm
more
good,
than
I'm
just
good.
a brand. She's created a
video ended. I
space
was
where
like, what's that?
women feel seen, supported, and inspired to step boldly
it's too
into
many
their
times.
purpose. Her message reminds us that entrepreneurship is not just building a business, it's about building
Thank you.
each
You did
other
wonderful.
up. God, I love that, right? Please welcome the world famous and lovely Sweet Leandra Sweet, baby! Yay!
Thank you so much. You
So happy.
are so fabulous.
Your debut on Sunny TV,
I'm
baby.
so grateful to be here. I'm so excited. It's the best wake up ever.
So, for people that don't know you, could you introduce yourself to the Sunnies and talk a little bit about what your brand is about?
Sure. So I'm a mom first and foremost. I have 4 beautiful children that I adore.
4?
4.
God bless you. You look good, Mom.
Oh, wow. Thank
You
you.
look
I
good.
I have work to do. Don't we always have work to do? And I started this brand back in 2009. I was trying to think of when I started. 2008 or 9, and it was an Etsy shop to begin.
Okay.
So I just was like knitting while I was pregnant with all these babies. And
Love it.
my husband's grandmother taught me how to knit, and I was making all these things, and it just didn't feel right. Like I was loving it, but it was I would sell a blanket here and there,
Right,
or like
right.
a bib or something, but my heart wasn't truly into it. And so I was like thinking, how can I evolve this so that I can stay home with my kids, so that I can bring in an income, I don't have to leave, these beautiful children, and how can I do this? And so it slowly evolved into this peg doll business. Little hand-painted peg dolls are like 2.5 inches. I started painting them for my kids.
Oh my gosh.
It was a Christmas gift for them, little superheroes, little princesses. And I put them on Facebook, and lo and behold, like blew up.
Oh, I
People
love
started
that.
Ordering. I started like fine-tuning my art. I started hiring help. And it just turned into this like movement almost, because I started meeting these amazing people on Instagram. This was like back in the small business heyday of Instagram,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
2015, 14, 15.
Back in the good old days.
The good old days. I want those back. Can we get those back?
Right?
And I connected with these amazing creators, like all over the world. These moms, especially, who were doing the same thing I was doing, trying to get their name out there, whatever they were creating. Amazing, like amazing, amazing stuff. So I started We Are Handmade back then, which was a great way to connect with all these amazing people. And that collaboration just blew my account up, and it was so exciting because I was able to bring in that money I was seeking.
Yeah.
And give my kids the time they deserved. And it got a little too crazy, so I had to scale it back, but it was amazing. It was a great start.
I love that. And that's really inspiring too, to have something that you physically made with your hands and to see people appreciate it so much, right? Isn't that a beautiful
Kids
thing?
all over the world were
Yeah.
like thanking me for their gifts, and I was getting repeat customers. I had the most loyal customers in the world coming back for every birthday or every Christmas, and just like these touching mementos that I was giving them, heirlooms really. I was creating heirlooms for them, and that was amazing. And that started a whole blog. I started a blog back in the blogging days.
Remember the blogging
2010
days?
or whatever, and I would blog my days, and people loved it. People loved to hear like the inside life of a mom, trying to make things, trying to make ends meet, trying to pull in income and do both. It's so hard to balance the motherhood with the business if you're a mom. And I had to create something for people to realize, guess what? You can have both.
Right.
Like you can have your cake and eat it too.
Yes.
So how has it evolved over time? How did you get into the more of the entrepreneurial and lifting women up space?
That's exactly it. So from there, I stopped painting. I had a neck injury. Back in like my early 20s, I had a water skiing accident. And just jacked up my neck. And so I had a surgery in 2020. My doctor said, you can't do this anymore. Like you're looking down, painting all day. It was just ruining my...
I mean, you could be Frida Kahlo in the bed, and she painted literally upside down, right? Am I right, Shiggy?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, truly, I could have. I still miss that. So I'm finding ways to keep creating.
Good.
But it was like a wish that I had, that I started seeing these women who didn't feel worthy. Like they would have these businesses, they would have some success, but they were stopping themselves. I saw these women getting in their own way of creating true abundance. Like, listen, girl, what are you doing? You can actually put yourself out there more and get yourself to become even more without doing as much as you think. Like, you don't have to sacrifice hours for dollars.
Right.
We don't have to do that anymore. It's 2026 now. We can literally make money online, global marketplace, selling, doing, giving, whatever we want.
And
right?
creating,
Creating.
Yeah. You have a really cool post on Instagram that I saw, and I know it was summertime, but your kids are in the pool, and you're on your super mom on the side doing work and still being a mom at the same. So it really is a part of that balance.
Yeah. Absolutely, because I don't want to give anything up. I'm like an all-in person, and if I'm all in with my business, then I forget the kids are there. If I'm all in with my kids, I forget. So and I'm a Libra, so I really need that balance in my life.
You break my heart every time. I'm a Scorpio. Oh my God.
My husband's a
Fair and
Scorpio.
just.
We get
hear
along.
you, Leandra. That is exciting.
I love it.
So you built this strong presence, and you really are motivating people. How are you motivating yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have been working on myself my whole life. When do we ever stop working on ourselves?
But you make it fun. You make the journey fun.
It
Where
has
you
to be
hear the
fun.
word work, it feels heavy. It feels arduous. Like you really are making fun out of work.
Yeah, joy. Because I'm following my passion, and that's what I teach my clients is like, you have to follow your passion. You have to use your gifts, your talents. If you're getting your soul sucked every day, you're going to be miserable. There's no doubt about it. If you don't like where you live, you're going to be miserable. I moved here from New York almost 4 years ago
Where
because
in
I
New
wanted
York?
more sunshine.
Yeah.
Upstate.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I know.
I have a lot of friends
why.
from
Smart
Long
move.
Island.
Seriously,
I have friends from Long Island.
Oh, Islands of the Long.
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
Island.
Long Island.
Yeah, Long Island is a whole different.
I like
it
the
should be a whole
iced
different
tea. They
state.
have nice iced tea there.
You know, one thing else that Leandra does, and she mentioned this earlier when she talked about we are
handmade.
We are handmade. That she creates a community wherever she goes, and like now here in town, you've only been here for 4 years. You've already created a community here
Amazing
of other
community.
creatives. You've found a way to build this like network of strong women just organically too. It wasn't something you forced. You just found a way.
Yes.
Like she has this knack for building community wherever she is amongst like-minded people, amongst other creators, and that kind of space is a great way to lift one another up.
Oh, thank
Maybe
you.
she's
That's a
born
huge
with it.
compliment.
Maybe it's
Maybe it's
Leandra.
Leandra.
I
You guys
love
are
it.
giving me too much of an ego here. I'm gonna leave here
I
on
don't
cloud
know if
nine.
You guys can tell. I don't know if you could tell on the camera angle, but her freaking hair is the
God,
best.
like,
Oh my gosh.
incredible. Oh my
Kind of
God,
my
Yes.
signature.
Serving Bette Midler in the
is.
height
Oh
of
my
Bette
God,
Midler
my
era.
goodness.
Love that.
I
Yeah,
know.
Beaches.
beaches.
Oh my
The wind beneath
gosh.
my
I
wings,
love it.
but-
I love you guys.
I love that.
Oh,
so
it's
yeah,
amazing.
let's keep going with the journey and the story because I'm really
Yeah.
fascinated on how do you meet these women and like, is it something that literally
She
organically
puts the
comes to
bat
you
signal
or
out. Hello.
Yeah, it's like
I totally. So no, it's kind of like that. I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction, and what you put out there, what you seek is also seeking you.
Okay.
So when I go out and meet people and I'm high vibing, I don't go out too much when I'm not high vibing. Like if
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, I'm home. I'm in my jammies.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
curled
I
up
think
with
that's
a
important
with a
to-
book
for
or
that,
with
though,
my
too.
kids.
Because when you're somebody that I'm gonna put myself under a bus real quick, but like constantly in the public and have to go to these events and have to like lift people up, it is draining, and that's
very
why
draining,
I
yeah.
turn to my life coach over here, Ixiim, and
Yes.
she's like, "Boo, take a minute. It's okay to take that minute."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And just don't dwell there. That's
Yeah.
what I tell
Yeah.
people is like you can take a minute, but don't sit there. You have to have the tools to come out of whatever it is. If you're, it's not a funk. I guess we all get in funks. You know,
Yeah.
but life is like a roller coaster.
Absolutely.
It's never all toxic positivity where we're just like, be happy no
Yeah,
matter what.
ew.
Be happy. I love being happy. But there are times when I'm not happy, and
Yeah.
you've got to lift yourself
It's called
back
normal.
up.
Because
That's right.
we would
Yeah. Being
never,
human.
we would
Yeah.
never appreciate the highs if we
Yes.
didn't know how horrible
What's-
low the lows
Amen.
are.
What's the saying?
Yeah.
You can't have
Amen.
you can't have a rainbow without a little rain. Isn't that
I
the
love
saying?
that.
Girl,
Yeah.
you, look at you pulling out the
I know,
Aesop's
look at it.
fable.
I think the
some
defining
positivity.
time,
You're welcome.
right?
Mel is doing it for the people today.
I love it. That defining moment for me was realizing that life was being done for me and not to me. Once that switch happened, I was all in. Like everything was great, everything made sense. Even if it was so hard or really difficult, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
this is for me and this is going to teach me something.
So can
I
you
got
give us
this.
a testimonial of one of your clients and maybe where you knew that you had such a positive impact?
Oh my gosh, there have been so many defining moments like that. When I first started, and I was recognized out in public with my kids, and they were like, "Are you Sweet Whimsy Designs who does the little peg dolls?" And I was like, I was grocery shopping. I was like so taken aback.
Of course,
And
always
they
when I
were
don't
like-
want to be noticed.
Right? Like I looked like total crap, and I had my glasses on.
Absolutely,
and-
yeah.
But they were like, "Hey, you just inspire me so much, and I wish I could do what you do." And I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" And not at that moment that I say, "Well, you can."
Yeah.
But it took me a minute to realize I'm not special. This is anybody. Anybody can follow their passions, and so I'm a multi-passionate person. I constantly am ebbing and flowing with what I do. I was a music major in college. I went to school for music therapy. I was in music performance.
Oh, so important.
That's what I did. I taught piano lessons for almost 10 years. Then I started painting.
That's
and
why you have
now
that-
I'm doing
Yeah.
intuitive business
Oh my God.
strategy. It's like
That's why
you
you
can do
have
whatever
this
you want.
Calming energy about you. Like you guys,
Yeah.
we did a tasting tour, and then we went to Casa Monica. And
That's right.
Yeah.
Leandra, I'm just asking her, I ask a lot of questions, so I'm like
She does.
chatting with her, and I'm just sitting there, and she's talking, and I'm just like, can you read me a bedtime story? you have such like a calming, like a sheep.
Oh.
You guys have this calming energy that anyone around you, you feel it in 2 seconds, and you're just drawn to it.
Right.
You know, like I just need you to go in my pocket here and hang out with me.
So, Leandra, what do you say to people that, you know, are listening to this or watching this and saying, like, I don't have any passion. I don't know where to start or if I'm even creative. And that's overwhelming if you're in that side of life. So how do you get that? How do you get it moving a little bit?
That's exactly what I do with my clients. I teach them how to find their passions, digging really deep. Starting with quieting the mind. You were saying, like, I'm calm, and I've been meditating every single morning
Damn word
without
I
a
told
med
you need to meditate.
for over
The
6
power of
years. In fact, I
meditation.
just hit 1,000 days on my Insight Timer app.
How cool! We're gonna follow
I
each other.
love Insight Timer. Yeah, we do have to follow each other. Please,
So
please
Insight
do.
Timer.
Yes. I use it
She
every day.
tell us a little bit about it real quick.
It's an app that you can set for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, an hour, and it walks you through either music or guided meditation. And I use it all the time to quiet my mind, to just give myself peace in the day. We're so inundated with notifications and stuff all day long that just to have anywhere from 5 to, I usually do 25 minutes. That's like my happy number, just to chill. And
How do you not fall asleep though? That's my
sometimes
problem.
you do,
I
and that's
just fall
fine.
asleep.
And
Sometimes
it's-
you do, and that is
sometimes you do, and that's A-okay. Yeah.
Do you see? This is what you need to do.
I'll fall asleep.
You do
That's
so
okay.
much.
I'm gonna take a nap.
We're gonna help her here because listen, Melanie is one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life. Literally, she does this wild journey with me every single day. Then she leaves the studio and goes and lifts up the children. And we're not talking 2 or 3 children. We're talking hundreds of kids.
But physically lift them up when I
Literally lift them
Basically.
up.
So I would
Thank you.
love for you to talk to her right now and pitch why this is so important to center that mind
Oh,
so that
yeah.
she can have that creative outlet. Because I don't want my friend to be trapped in life, you know?
That was so
Good
nice.
friend you are.
The more you know.
I mean, he also wants you to show up okay. You know what I mean?
Basically,
You have to be good here. You can't just be coming in here all disheveled, okay?
Yes.
No, you're calm. I mean, it's about waking, I think, with gratitude first thing in the morning. And this is a practice. This is something that, like,
talk about this a lot, too.
right? You don't just, like, automatically wake up with gratitude, especially if you're in a
Right.
this day place. But you wake with gratitude. Find one thing. Start with one. I always start with my husband, who's right there next to me. I'm like, I'm so grateful for this man every day. And
God bless.
this
That's
morning,
nice.
my daughter
I would
was
be grateful
sleeping
if
on
my
my
husband would not snore, and then we could sleep in the same room.
Oh, you got it. You got
I
it.
love
It's
separate
one thing
room
at a
idea,
time.
though. I love that idea. That's
One thing
great.
at a time.
I mean, it's something
The
that we
sun-
talk about waking up with gratitude a lot on this show, and that is such a simple thing to do. And since I was like in high school, I don't know who taught me that, but I remember waking up and someone telling me, the fact that you woke up today is a blessing in and of itself.
Absolutely.
It's like the first thought. If you can't think of anything else, like you woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're
Your
able
heart
to
is
walk to the
beating.
bathroom and walk to the restroom, or if you're able to get yourself out of bed,
Yes.
that's another blessing because some people can't do that. If you're
Yes.
breathing on your own, that is another blessing.
I woke
because
up on the
someone
right
else-
side of the dirt. That's
Yes,
what old
yes,
folks
yes.
say.
Simple little things.
And
That's
Mel, I gotta
right.
say, I mean, literally, you and I have been war buddies for a long time too with death. I mean, we
Yeah.
are not afraid
We're
to.
really good at handling
We are
that.
not afraid to have this conversation,
No.
but I think that that's why the universe or God or whatever you
us
believe in
together.
really put us together, but also really made us appreciate when we wake up every single day
True story.
and how much life is so
That's a
important and
moment of
valuable.
gratitude right there,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's amazing. That's a really good
Yeah.
tool for people to just be grateful
Yes.
for your life, your breathing, you're thriving, right?
Yes, that's right. And so much you can do in the morning. My morning ritual is ridiculous. It's like slow mornings. I'm like setting intention. Sometimes I journal. I do my meditation. I'll have something like a latte or iced latte here in Florida usually. But and I just like ease into my day. I don't like rushing. Sometimes I get up and work out and do that, and that's good too. But sometimes I don't like to do that. Sometimes, especially like in winter season, we're hibernating. We want to, and it's cold here in Florida right now.
Right.
It's cold.
In the 50s.
I want-
What is this? It's so dumb.
It's
Everyone's
ridiculous.
rolling their eyes in like all the parts of the country right now.
It was in the 40s this morning, okay? I had to actually
dying,
put a
guys.
sweater on. It was ridiculous.
had to
I'm
get a
over it.
Right.
I didn't come down here for this. Where's Florida? No, but it's so important to like set your day on the right foot and really get your mind right, because we tell ourselves thoughts throughout the day, ridiculous thoughts throughout the day. If we start that way, forget it. Your day's over before it
That's
even
true.
begins. And everybody says, oh, tomorrow's another day, tomorrow's another day. No, today's
It might-
another day.
Right.
So-
Like, why wait till tomorrow?
Tomorrow might not be another day. You
That's
never know.
right.
And I'll be talking about this just in a few minutes too, because today is the International Day of Self-Love.
It is. Oh.
So all those things that you're talking about are some of
love
the
that.
self-love techniques that we'll talk about, like simple little things, right?
So, Leandra, what do you think with the statement of time feels like a prison? Because there are so many times in my life that I feel like time is the prison that I'm in, because I feel like I don't have enough time to be able to get 8 hours of news a week and being able to turn this over. You know, that's
Yeah.
a big thing. Sometimes I feel like a prisoner with time.
Maybe you're doing too much.
Okay. Okay. And that
Scale
could
it
be
back.
it.
Scale it
Say
back.
that again for him. Can you repeat that?
You're doing
I
too
mean,
much,
I think
sweetie.
time is what is time,
Yeah.
really? I think time is just a construct that
Oh my
was
God,
put
she's
on
like Mariah
us.
Carey.
I mean, I get real down the conspiracy theory rabbit holes with these things, but time is just a construct that has been put on us that we don't need to follow. I mean, you create your day around you,
Right.
Some people work at 2 a.m. Some people work at 8 a.m. Some people do their thing in the afternoon. Like, it just depends on what's right for you.
So do you listen to your body in that moment? Like you just have to listen to the
Absolutely.
rhythm. Like I know I
Yes.
hit my stride between 4:30 a.m. and then the shows, and then by 11:30 I need a little moment to
Yes.
reset, and then obviously get ready for afternoon show. So there's this. It's a roller coaster of a day, but still, nonetheless, I feel trapped with time. But listening to this and like finding these moments of
Yes.
calm is so important, and
Yes.
meditation honestly has really taught me so much
So
because
amazing.
you can get a visual on what you want your end goal to be, and I think that that's important to actually see what that goal looks like and see the celebration, because that'll keep moving me forward to the end goal. Is that right?
Yeah, goals are huge.
Okay.
Goals are really big. I studied with Bob Proctor. Do you know Bob Proctor?
Yeah.
He was just an incredible soul. And
Awesome.
was able to give me that mentorship of like, how do you set your day up, but also, where was I going with this? I totally lost my train of
Goals.
thought. But
Goals.
yeah, setting a goal and one big goal. Like I literally say every day, I am so grateful and happy now that I am earning $20,000 each and every month, endlessly, without restriction, through multiple streams of income.
Awesome.
Like I just speak that and I write it down and I do these things every day. Whatever that goal is, and it changes. You know, you reach the goal and then what? Well, you just write a new goal.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
get to the next thing.
The bottom of one mountain is the top
That's
of the
like
next,
that
right?
book.
Yeah. Yes.
I read this book. One of my over at Epic, Lori Vogel, the chief administrative officer, she gave it to me because I would write on her calendar like today's going to be a great day. You got to think it, Lori. She gave me this. She goes, "There's this book I want you to read." And it's called Think and Grow Rich.
Love
it was
it.
written in like the 40s or
Yes,
something.
the 30s.
Yeah, and it's like it talks about the journey of Carnegie and on Ford and how like they did the steps, and each chapter is a different step that takes you there. And I'll tell you what, I've read that book twice, and it's like a big book.
Good.
I'm gonna bring it for you.
I'd love to
That
read
book is
that.
life changing.
It is, and you know what? The chapter that really stuck with me and still sticks with me is called auto-suggestion. It talks about you can make it happen, but it's different phrases used, and you write them down and you put them on your bathroom mirror.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that
I
book for
have
you.
sticky notes on my mirrors
Yep.
for the same thing. And you talk about goals, and goals are so important. I often would tell people this when I would coach them, either if they were on my team or if I'm working with businesses now. You know, back in the day when you used MapQuest, or you still use Google in your car,
Yeah.
right? You have to put an end destination if you're using mapping, right? To get directions to get someplace, you need to know where you're going.
Yeah.
If you don't have a destination in mind, how do you know how to get there?
That's true.
I love
Right?
that.
If you're
True
just
story.
wandering aimlessly, you're just going to wander aimlessly.
Wow, that's
so
powerful.
you have to think about, where is it I want to be?
Right.
Where is it I'm trying to get to be able to take the steps to get there.
I
Does
love
make
that.
sense?
Yeah.
So, like, your topic about goals, like, I'm all about goals. And
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So.
It's a huge deal.
This is why Leandra
Well,
and I, like, connected.
yeah.
This is why, like, when we met, we're like,
I know, we
you
were.
are my people.
Totally.
So before we run out of time, I do want to get into the soul-led sessions. Can we talk about this incredible
This
project?
is the first time it's ever being mentioned
let's
at any
talk
kind of
about
meeting.
it.
So I am
Breaking
starting a
news.
podcast. Breaking news.
Yay!
I have met the most lovely people here in St. Augustine. Beautiful, passionate, lovely people who have moved here, I think, to live their dreams.
Absolutely.
They're from all over. I've never met such an eclectic, just intriguing group of people. It's the whole city.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. You walk
Yeah.
into a business and you're like, there you are, a new amazing business owner who is just like lighting up the world with your passions and your gifts. So I started a podcast to interview them, and
Yay.
you will be on it soon,
Yay.
because how can we not include you,
fun,
Sunny
absolutely.
TV? And I'm just really excited to be able to spread that, not only for locals to go to the businesses, for tourists to see, but for budding entrepreneurs, for people who don't think they can be a business owner. Like, yes, you can.
Yes,
Here's
you can.
proof at every level, all different kinds of businesses in this area and beyond. Eventually, hopefully, we can expand, and I'm just super excited.
So what are these
to be able
interviews
to
looking
do
like?
that.
What are you asking them?
We're just digging deep into what does your day look like? What's your morning routine like? One of the biggest questions I love is, are you living your dream? How did you get started? Did you go to school for this? You know, a lot of people didn't.
Yeah,
a lot of
true.
people went to school and got a degree, and they're not using that degree. They're doing something totally
That's true.
entirely different, which is encouraging, I
Yeah.
think, for a young high schooler or college student thinking they have to make that decision to like do whatever it is for the rest of their life. It's
Oh.
so much pressure on these
It's a lot,
kids
yeah.
and realizing you can change it up at any time.
And I think sometimes that an unexpected switch, like, because I know when I was in college, if I was doing well, I kind of am, but it's my life has switched so many times. I think the
Biochemistry just wasn't cutting
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
because I'm so good at science. But I think that unexpected switch sometimes it's like where it makes you panic, like, oh shit moment. I think
Yeah.
those moments end up being looking back. I'm like, those were some fun moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you try different
And
things.
how you get out? How do you get yourself out of a jam? I think that's also learning, and learning is life, which is so
Yes,
important. Yeah.
yes.
So
Always
how can
open to
people
learning.
find your podcast?
Well, the Soul Led Sessions on Instagram, it will be going live. I've kind of
Okay.
dibbled over there, but I haven't even announced it yet.
Fabulous.
So, and then it'll be on all the main podcast channels, YouTube, Apple, what is it, Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Spotify.
Fabulous.
You all know way better than I do. This
God
is
bless.
totally new to me. It was going to start as just a little interview here and there on my Instagram account.
Yeah.
And there was so much more. These interviews were just like
Yeah.
elongated.
Don't feel
way
overwhelmed
more
by the various
information.
platforms. I'm going to
Yeah.
give you that piece of advice because that's what we started with this too. And it was like, it was so overwhelming between TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
yes.
and like you have to you find your strength, you find your audience. Like
Right.
obviously Facebook is really truly our main hub. We do have a YouTube and then Instagram, but then we did try the Spotify thing, but it just got so much.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, just don't get overwhelmed by that and just really zero in on that. I think this is
Great
something that people are going to
advice.
celebrate. This is
Yeah.
something that people need, and people are
Yes.
just going to love the light that you
Oh,
lead. Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that so
Absolutely.
much. I'm so excited.
So much fun. And so much more conversation is left to have with Leandra. She's an amazing lady
so
and a
good.
big fan of Sunny TV. Folks, we're going to take a quick break right now with Maritime Creative and Flashes and Brilliance. Maritime Vibe Check!
Fresh version.
When the lights come on and the magic begins,
There's a crew behind the scenes that always wins.
Maritime Creative. They set the stage.
From sound to lights to video waves.
Big show, small space, doesn't matter a bit.
They show up, they glow up, they make it all lit.
No panic, no chaos, just smooth, clean flow.
They take a wild idea and make it glow.
need a vibe, they build it.
Have a dream, they get it.
From spark to spotlight, they never forget it.
I trust them, I love them, they come on through.
Maritime Creative, that's the real stuff, boo.
So if you want your moment to rise and shine,
Call the crew that always gets it right every time. It's Maritime. Got gold? Got silver? Got a drawer full of what even is this? Then it's time to cash in with Flashes and Brilliance, Northeast Florida's most trusted gold buyers. They're not just buying gold, they're buying silver, rare coins, fine watches, estate jewelry, and all the sparkle you forgot you had. Don't just sit on your treasure. Turn it into cash today. Call John and Steph, the pros who make it easy. 904-540-7617. It's fast, it's friendly, it's Flashes and Brilliance, because your buried treasure belongs in your bank account. Well, all right, let's get into these events because we got to get some in here. All right, Sunnies. Today we raise a glass, not just for fun, but for impact. A call to action is bubbling up, and it's about supporting our youth provided by Port in the Storm Homeless Youth Center. We love them because when
Yes.
community shows up, young lives get steadier and ground they can be steady on.
yeah, what?
I know. English I have good today.
But fundraising events are expensive, and food and beverage costs can quickly eat up dollars. that should go directly to the program.
True.
So organizers are flipping the script with a beer and wine drive ahead of the 7th annual mini golf tournament.
Oh, I love this event.
This is so great. You know, and what I like about this kind of giving is it's so approachable. Any of us can do it. You don't have to move mountains. Sometimes all you got to do is bring a bottle of wine, a bottle of some beers, and become part of something that's larger than yourself. We're supporting vulnerable youth, and it's going to create ripples that will last a lifetime for them.
Yes.
So lock in on the date. The donation deadline is February 28th, so they can get ready for the golf tournament. But yes, if you have some bottles of wine at home that are just sitting there taking up space, or some bottles of booze, or any kind of beer, definitely we're going to rally for Port in the Storm so they can have a really cool tournament. So reach out to our homegirl, Kate Batzel. I'm going to tag her in comments right now.
Get registered for that, guys. And also, too, just bring something, because how cool would it be to be like, oh, my bottle of wine I brought?
Right.
Supply local
So
children's.
super cute. All right, let's get into a really quick local story, because I got to tell you about the shade. Okay. Let me tell you a tale about the Wolf of Wall Street and the Florida Chronicles. Meet John Lucidi, the self-styled beverage mogul who promised to quench our thirst with Fader Ice.
Ew, that doesn't even sound good.
No.
A low-calorie alcoholic drink, but instead of refreshing libations, he served up cocktail of deception. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
Lucidi, already a graduate of the federal penitentiary for a $7 million mortgage fraud scheme in 2011, he decided to remix his old hits like they were going to be hit out of the park. This time he embezzled nearly $700,000 from a Jacksonville construction company he co-owned using over 100 fraudulent transactions. Yikes!
Oh, my God.
Oh,
See,
my gosh.
His story is a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked ambition. Dude, just don't do bad shit anymore.
Dirty birdies, I know.
This guy is horrible. He
Yeah.
even stole his partner's social security number. No, see, businesses like this, we do not need to support.
No.
We need to keep lifting up the good ones.
That's
Not this
it.
kind of guy. No
I
done.
mean, yeah. I mean, Fader Ice, could we have had a better
That
name
name
anyway?
is horrible.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you guys remember Zima?
Yes.
You're right. That does remind me of. I was thinking the
Zima
same
was
thing.
the original White Claw for sure. It was
Zima
like,
is
yeah.
Fader Ice.
syrup.
He just printed his own label and put it over a Zima bottle.
Oh my God.
Probably.
Guys, let's take a real quick break with Old Town Trolley. Ding ding. Sit back and relax and take it easy, baby, and let it go as Old Town Trolley's licensed and talented tour conductors share over 500 years of St. Augustine history. Guests will enjoy the city's European flavor, brick-lined streets, and sites such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flagler's former Ponce de Leon Hotel. This 90-minute tour features 22 stops and covers more than 100 points of interest. Guests can use their ticket all day for on and off reboarding. You got to check out hometownpass.com. New year, same face? Absolutely not. St. Johns County and St. Augustine, it's time to put your best face forward with About Face Aesthetics. The Legends of Glow are back with their Friday facials featuring the new Fassage, their signature face massage that has locals buzzing. And if you're ready to level up your skin game, listen closely. They've got prepaid trio packages. That's pure main character energy. These 3 high-level treatments are for a very special price. And if you want more, because of course you do, boo, load up on the Beauty Bank and score 20% off of prepaid packages, or go boldly with buy 2, get 1 free, because glow should never come alone. You gotta go check out this new year, a new glow, and some iconic faces at aboutface.guru. Book it today, boo. We'll see you there.
But let's get ready for my...
Oh, I can't with this one.
Listen,
She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't. The logic behind Melanie, she does not like Celine Dion because of the Titanic movie,
hate
and
that
the
movie.
reason is because Rose didn't put him on the door at the end,
Yeah.
and so Celine Dion gets blamed for that. Yeah.
You take your song and get out of here. Celine.
All right, give us
Enough.
some songs. Oh.
Here we go. I'm talking about the song that took a 21-week from hostage of your radio during the Robin Hood movie release.
That's right.
Everything I do for you, Brian Adams.
Everything I do,
I do it for you.
This was my
You
song
know
with
it's
my
true.
high school sweetheart.
Oh, was it really?
It held its 16th consecutive week at number 1 in the UK, and a record that still not has been broken, and thank God that's over because we all would have died from that.
Oh my God.
All right, here we
That
go.
was too much.
Are
All
we
right.
doing this or no?
It's Valentine's. We have to do this one. Sunny, stay on for just one more
All
minute.
right, here we go. Scenario. This guy, Anonymous, sent this to me. Mel, last year my boyfriend and I headed into Valentine's dinner feeling expensive, hydrated, and emotionally stable.
Okay.
Hot stand moment.
No,
Table,
the host.
The host stand moment says table for Jason and Brittany. The problem is my name is Amanda. Brittany is his ex. Brittany is no longer on the payroll. Yet somehow Brittany has a reservation.
Oh.
And for the last year since, romance has left the building.
Wow.
Not Brittany getting a Valentine camo she did not audition for.
Child.
That boy, let me tell you. So here's what you can do, men, listen.
Okay.
Listen carefully, gentlemen, because now this is a financial emergency. The only thing that can save you is an immediate field trip to the jewelry store.
I believe this is
Flashes
true.
and brilliance.
Yes, good job.
And honey, every diamond better be twice the size of anything he ever gave Miss Brittany.
I love that.
That's it.
All right,
Wow.
Sonnies, before you head back out into the beautiful unpredictability of the day, let me leave you with this. You do not have to have everything figured out to move forward. You just have to be willing to take the next brave step. So maybe today is your day to begin again. Maybe your day is the day to speak up, or maybe it's simply your day to believe that something wonderful could be waiting for you just around the corner. Remember, growth rarely feels comfortable while it's happening.
True.
But neither does becoming the person you were meant to be. So walk with confidence, even if it's quiet confidence. Trust your timing, even if the path looks different than you imagined, and never underestimate the power of showing up exactly as you are. I love that, you guys. You're an amazing,
Nailed
amazing
it.
show.
Yes.
Can we do a roll call of these incredible sponsors that make this show possible?
Yeah, we can. Special shout out to Leandra Sweet for coming in today and hanging out with us, and also the Bailey Group, All American Air Maritime Creative.
Flashes and Brilliance, Limelight Theater, Great Expectations Realty and Auction, Old Town Trolley.
About Face, the St. Augustine Pirate Museum, Historical Colonial Tour Experience, and Emma Concert Association.
Oh, and Ben 39, Panache Capybara Cafe, and Ben and Jerry's.
All
Guys, I
right.
was doing the buttons, flipping the paper,
Doing
and
all the things.
We will see you back at 3 o'clock. The Sunny Honeys will be in the studio.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Booze.
Bye.